There we go. Welcome to Connecting Communities with Brian J. First and foremost, I want to throw out our amazing sponsors that we have, which is Permanently Skin Artistry, as well as Pay It Forward. I'm sorry, Community Pay It Forward, which works with tons of different fundraisers and so forth for disabilities. And Inga, are you familiar with Community Pay It Forward at all?
No, not at all. You have to tell me a little bit
Oh,
about
they're a
it.
great organization. We actually have them on the show next week. Actually, might be the week after that. I think that might be 2 weeks after you go. So you'll get to hear all about Zach and some of the organizations that he assists with and
Awesome.
does fundraising and really builds nonprofits and assists in that top of mindness, which is a great piece. But first and foremost, before we get into Zach, let's talk with the one, the only Inga Faison-Cavitt. Look, I don't even know if I pronounced it correctly, but that sounded just amazing and very European. Inga,
Yes,
correct me. How do you pronounce your last name?
Faison-Cavitt. Well, you can say
Have it.
Faison.
Okay, so the T's are pronounced. Is there a hyphen in between those, or are
There
those
is a
two?
hyphen.
Okay,
Yes, there is a
okay. So we got
hyphen.
to make sure we correct
Faison
that
is
in your
my maiden
bio.
name. Cavitt is my married name. So yeah, it's
I
all good.
love it. I like Faison. That sounds like you're
Faison.
just like an international spy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
are without the shadow of a doubt the confidence coach. Would you agree with that?
I am. I am the
Yeah,
confidence coach.
you are. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you how she hooked me. Okay. We met in a speed networking event,
Yep.
which was a great, amazing experience. If you guys have an opportunity, we're doing another one. The International Day of Happiness, March 17th. I think it runs like from 8 to 6. Speed networking. The goal is to get over, don't quote me on this number, but 1048 people. If we can get over that number, then we will make the Guinness World Book of Records for the most
Yes.
people networking in one event. Duh. Who doesn't want to be in a book? I want to be in a
Yes.
book.
I want to
Right.
be in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we met there and just connected right off the bat. And you said, "Hey, do you want to be on my email list?" And I said, "Hey, sure." I had no idea what I had just literally signed up for. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to get on this email list. I swear on everything that I am, for probably the first, I can guarantee, say 4 weeks. I want to say it was longer than that, but I know for a fact it was 4 weeks that I would wake up in the morning wanting to see your email
Oh,
because
that is
she
so cool.
dangles this little carrot and tells her story. Do you want to share some highlight? Don't spoil it for them, right?
Okay.
Because they need to read these
Yeah, they
emails.
need to read the emails, but just a little backstory.
Yeah.
I used to be a mechanical engineer. I was a mechanical engineer in a chemical plant for over 20 years and had always had aspirations of
Wait.
being an.
Over 20 years. So you started when
Yes.
you were like 4?
Yeah, exactly. We'll go ahead and put
Yeah.
that in there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and put that plug in there. Yeah, when I was
Yeah.
4.
Listen,
Uh,
great skin. And
yeah,
when you stay
exactly. I had to
happy
come
and
on now.
you
You got to know
motivate
it
and you
all.
take care of yourself, this is
Yeah,
what
come
she's
on. It's
really
all about that.
86,
Yeah.
right? Like, please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your
No,
toes.
you're all right. You're totally cool. That's I know that's what we do. That's what we do. So it's all good. All right. So yeah, I did it for over 20 years and I always had aspirations of being an entrepreneur, was just really kind of scared to step out on faith and just decided to do that when an opportunity that came to me that I just could not let pass me by. I just decided to jump on it. And it just happened to be right before COVID. And I'm just really grateful that timing was of the divine timing. I'll say it that way. Because I
Listen,
don't know if I would have been strong enough to say, I'm going to still do this. I might have
oh yeah,
just
you
freaked
would
out.
have.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
and I'm not going to share why I say that because you need to read those emails. But yeah, you would have. There's no doubt in my mind. You are a powerhouse. You
thank you.
so one of the things I like is your method, the AMC method. Now, as a marketing guy, I think I'm pretty hip and I'm pretty trendy and I'm pretty skilled. You are marketing on a whole other level that I have just said, wow. In fact, when we first sat down and chatted, I said, I don't really have a whole lot to tell you.
Tell you, you did
Because
tell me that.
you are hitting every single spot. But with the AMC method, first off, that's a throwback for me for all my children, right? I used to sit with my granny and watch our soaps. So as a marketing ploy to see at AMC, my first thought is all my children, which makes me feel safe and
Right,
reminiscent.
right.
So anytime I can come to you and feel safe and reminiscent is an amazing thing. But why
Why
don't you
not?
tell us about that triple threat, that AMC method?
So the AMC method is I help women with their confidence from a 3-tiered approach. And the 3 tiers is A being appearance, M being mindset, and C being consistency. So I did the appearance thing for a while, and I don't know, it just became very apparent to me when COVID hit. I was hearing things like people would say, well, I'm going to wait till it's over. I guess they're still waiting because we're still kind of in it, right? Or, I really want to do XYZ, but I'm going to try it a week. And then if it doesn't work out, I'm going to stop. And I'm just thinking, okay, I don't know what you can really get done in a week.
Right.
But, as far as I'm concerned, I'm always a person that I feel like you need to give it at least a good 90 days. And in that good 90 days, you're kind of tweaking and repeating and kind of figuring this thing out. It even may take longer than that, depending on what it is. But for someone to say they're going to give it a week, there's something wrong with that. So
I 100% agree with that. You've got to see routines and, like you said, tweaking. Some of us get into such, especially as solopreneurs, right? We get into this mind frame that, hey, I set this goal. I want 90 clients by the end of the 3 months. Well, they get 80 clients and they're mad and they're angry because they didn't make their goal and it didn't work. You
and they're
still
not
made 80
grateful.
clients,
Right. And they're not
It's
grateful
being
for
able
the
to tweak it.
80. Exactly.
You don't need to stick to what you just reach those attainable goals, and a
Yep.
goal and target is supposed to be tweaked.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so A, appearance, M,
mindset.
That's powerful. If you say
Yes.
you can, you can. If you say you can't, you can't. I'm a firm person. I don't like when people use the word just. I'm just a bartender. I'm just this. I only
Really?
did this.
Yeah.
Why disclaim what you're doing and
Right.
your fabulousness?
Exactly. Well, since we're talking words, I don't like when people say try.
Okay.
That right there. I think we had a conversation about that. There's either a do or a don't, but there's no try. I think we talked about
It's what
that.
Yoda says. It's one of my quotes
Yeah.
or my go-tos.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
I
there is
was
no
just
try,
like,
just do.
when somebody says that to me, it's just like, oh, no, it is either no or yes, or it's either do or don't. There's no try. There's no try. But
So
anyway,
that
that's
goes
all.
back to the M, the mindset,
That goes
right?
back to the mindset, all about the
Okay.
mindset. Yes. And we've already kind of talked about the consistency. So let's talk about the appearance. The appearance, appearance is, especially for, I won't say especially for women, because men need skincare too. We were just talking about that. So
The reason we were talking about it, ladies and gentlemen, is my issues are my nose when I don't drink enough water and I'm not hydrated, right? And I said, hey, listen, what type of product can you recommend to put on my little nose? Because right now I'm doing like Vaseline. Sometimes I use chapstick, right? I'll put it on my finger, and then I'm like, I smell like cherry there. That's probably like eating my skin. Yay. Right? I mean, so there's got to be a product out there that is better than wild cherry chapstick.
yes. So I do sell skincare and color cosmetics. So I can help people with those kind of issues. So we'll definitely talk about that after this is all over. But
Well,
selling those products.
let's dive into that really quick. When you say you sell, repeat. I'm so sorry. I want to make sure I use those correct
Skincare and
words.
color cosmetics. Yeah, I
Color
don't want to really.
cosmetics.
Yeah, so I make it a point to brand myself and not the company that I sell
Absolutely.
for. So I don't really want to get into like the brand, because I
Can
know
I ask
that's
one
what.
question about it?
Sure.
As a person of color, are there products that you could utilize in your services?
Of course, because I wouldn't sell something I wouldn't wear.
There you go. See, listen, there's always a reason for questions, ladies and gentlemen, over here.
Yes, exactly. We take care of everybody.
Good, good.
So
That's huge in today's day and age. I
yes,
just got done watching a documentary on supermodels, right? And how they would go back and they would like basically have two color tones, right? And you either picked one or the other. Now we're in a society that you can go to Walmart and you have a plethora. I just saw Queen Latifah come back to
yes,
CoverGirl.
yep.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. And she's still looking good.
Oh
The
yeah, she's
queen is
always looked
still
good.
looking
Yeah,
good. Okay,
yes,
so
for
sorry. So
sure.
appearance.
Yes, so appearance. So I help women with their skincare and color cosmetics. I do even have body care, fragrance. I'm all about using the right tools. So we have tools that will help women really accentuate their God-given positives, is what I like to say. Just really be able to do them. I say, do you, boo, is what I call it. So
So let me ask you this as well, especially with makeup products and skincare. I am very open-minded and I'm loving my season right now of RuPaul's Drag Race, right? There's a plug
okay.
for you if anyone wants to pay for advertising, RuPaul. With saying that, are there products that you would have that a bigger audience could use as a drag queen or a drag king, or even someone that's in theater that is constantly having all that makeup on stage
Right.
and they need to
What
have a regimen when they get off
Right.
stage?
Yeah, I could definitely assist them with their skincare products. I know that theater makeup is a little bit different than the makeup that we sell.
Sure.
So that's a little bit different. Also, the people that are on TV, they have a different type of makeup as well. So it's not necessarily within our product line, but if they were, I guess, kind of hanging out, just doing something everyday life type of thing, they could definitely use the cosmetics. And for sure the skincare, because the skincare is the
Yeah.
foundation of everything. So if you don't have great skin, makeup or eyeshadow, eyeliner, concealer, all of those things that we do to sometimes hide the imperfections that we have, it's really not going to cover it up as much as just taking great care of your skin. I think
And
that's like
really, I mean,
rule
from what
number
I'm
one.
hearing from you as well, Inga, is to have that A taken care of, you got to have A taken care of so then you can go to the M, right? Which is that mindset. So now when
Yes.
your skin is flawless, there's not a barrier that's telling you, hey, you're not attractive because you have this, or this doesn't look good on you because of this. So would you say that that's a transition to have one or the other, or
Yes,
one
I was
without the
strong.
other?
Yeah, I think it leads into the other. So it will definitely allow you to, I mean, I guess that was my whole reason for adding the other two, because I can help with someone with their appearance, but if there's 6 inches between their ears is not where it needs to be, their appearance is going to eventually fade as we get older, right? But if they don't have the right mindset, that's gonna it bothers some people to the point that they're not able to do what they need to do. So I guess that's why I wanted to do it from a 3-tiered approach, to really help people walk out who they're destined to become, whatever they're destined to do, whatever passion they were put on this earth to do, to help them truly walk that out and not
I
have
love
any
it.
regrets at the end, is really what I want to do.
Yeah, I love it. It's really, again, bringing back and empowering people to be able to live their best life. Because
Yes,
when you have confidence, you can do anything, right?
right,
And that doesn't mean that you're conceited, right? There's a
right.
difference between being cocky and conceited versus having confidence.
Right. And I look at confidence like a muscle, because that's why that's why I wanted it to be across those 3 tiers. Because if you have confidence in your appearance, it's going to help you somewhat have confidence in your mindset. Not completely,
Mhm.
but it will be a start for you because you have a learned skilled. You have learned, okay, when I do certain things and I feel a certain way about myself, I can do XYZ. So that allows me to do something maybe outside of my comfort zone. Initially, when I started wearing makeup, I really didn't know what to do. But because I had somebody like Inga to help me, to kind of show me along the way, I can now do something more outside of my comfort zone. Kind of just a relating thing. Say you were a valedictorian, and I'm just using this as an example. Say
Okay.
you were a valedictorian of your high school class. and you are now working at a new job, doing something new. You had to transition from that high school experience to your college experience, if that's what you chose to do. You have the confidence because you were that valedictorian in high school that I'm going to figure out this college thing, because obviously I did it in high school. So I can use that as a stepping stone to help me further advance my education. Or for me, I like to dance. I can do pretty much, you show me a lines dance a couple of times, I'm going to figure it out because I know I have a skill. I've been gifted to be able to dance. So granted, people will go out there and try to do a line dance and feel a little uncomfortable. And for me, I'm going to be like, okay, I don't know how to do it yet, but let me just see them do it a couple of times. Okay, I'm going to figure this thing out. And by the end of the song, I promise you I'm going to look like a pro. But because I have that confidence in my abilities, even though I didn't know how to do it initially when I went out there, I'm going to go ahead and do it again. So it's about building that muscle, that courage muscle, that people can have these different type of activities or events in their lives where they were able to figure it out. They were stepping out of their comfort zone. They can relate back to that and say, I got that muscle memory. I'm going to go back and do that again.
Well, let me ask you this. First off, I already know the answer to this question. And I'm going to tell you guys it's a secret. She's going to tell me no. And that's okay, because she filled this information out probably about a month ago. Do you remember your quote of the moment?
I think it was feel the fear and do it anyway.
Girl, you good. Face your fear, girlfriend, and do it anyway. It goes right into saying what you're doing. But let me ask you this. And this is a question that kind of has popped up a couple of times. Do you believe in faking it till you make it? Because I think there's a difference between faking it until you make it and confidence.
Interesting question. I think when you, well, okay, I'll use myself as an example. Okay, so I told you guys I'm an engineer by training. At that time in my life, was very much not a peaceful person, not at all. So when it came to me building my direct sales business, I would have to somewhat psych myself out to talk to someone I did not know. Okay. Now, in this particular case, I really felt like I was faking it, because this was not a natural type of interaction that I would do, because I'm naturally an introvert. Now, most people, they'll see me now and say, girl, you ain't no introvert, but I can promise you I am. Okay. I am a social introvert is what I'll call it, because I've overcome that. But I had to walk into my fear and do it anyway. So when you say that, that's what I think people have to do to some extent for them to go to the next level. They have to dominate that fear that they're feeling so they can truly elevate to the next level. So I guess that would kind of be my answer to the question. Now, I'm not for just making up stuff just to make it up. You know, you do have those people that are just, sometimes when people say they're faking it till they make it, they're just kind of lying their way through whatever they're doing. That is not what I mean. I think at point you're going to have to put yourself in some uncomfortable situations. And those uncomfortable situations are going to help you transition into the version of yourself that will allow you to achieve some of the things that you're looking to achieve.
Now, one of the things you do is you obviously you coach and you help women really silence that inner critic, right? Or that manifest. So you want more yeses in your life as well as in the business. Now you have a couple of different ways you can do this. One is that you have the Prosperity Sculpt Boot Camp, right? And then the second is you have that group coaching. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct. And I also have one-on-one coaching too. So the boot camp is kind of the kicker. It's kind of jumpstart is what I call it. I used to teach aerobics. So for those that don't know me, I am a fitness fanatic. Okay. Have always been that way since like 12 years old when I was down doing Jane Fonda videos with my mom. Now I'm really telling my age, but anyway, so as a result of that, I came up with Prosperity Sculpt because I wanted to help people sculpt their prosperity. And I see the boot camp as a warm-up activity to what there is to come, for the full workout of really transforming your mindset to reach top earner level or whatever your desire is. And that's really up to the person. I don't want to put that kind of expectation on the people that I
Sure.
work with. I find out what they want and we talk about how we can work to get them there. So everybody may not necessarily want to be deemed a top earner. And I guess in my eyes, a top earner is someone that makes 6 figures or more. They may want to just make, pay for their family vacation, whatever that may be, to pay for that in cash and not have to use any kind of credit card or anything like that to make it happen. So I work with people to help them reach their desired results. And it can be in a group setting or it can be on a one-on-one setting. It just depends on what kind of focus they really want. Not
Gotcha.
saying that they won't be able to get a really good focus in a group, because I don't know about you guys, but I like being in groups because you hear different people's experiences and you're able to really bounce off different ideas. It just gives you a different perspective than if you're just doing something one-on-one. So different strokes for different folks, but I do have both options available for them to actually do that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we have those links up above, so make sure you check them out. Inga, is there any last words that you have or any advice that you can give us going into 2023? I mean, I know we kind of get into the whole new year, new me, and we've seen all that on social media. Is there
Yes.
something maybe just to think outside the box really quick that you could toss our way?
So I guess the one thing that I wanted to have people to think about is, I know many of you probably are working on your New Year's resolutions. I'm hoping this is at the time that we're filming this is actually January 10th. So we're 10 days in. So I'm hoping that you're still a little focused, because I know just from being in the fitness industry, you'll have people falling off by January 15th, and they would definitely be gone by Valentine's Day. Sad, but definitely true. I really want people to first and foremost take small baby steps. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to do this. If you don't work out and you're going to say, oh, I'm going to work out every day of the week. Let's not even set yourself up for failure. Let's take small baby steps. Maybe walk 10 minutes from your parking lot. I mean, not from your driveway, maybe down for 10 minutes and come back and really celebrate that win. And then gradually build. That's first and foremost. Before you even do that, it's really making sure that you take action. You're not going to just talk about it or tell somebody about it. You're actually going to do it. And I see so many times people have these great resolutions that they're going to do, but for whatever reason, they don't take the action to do it. And then they wonder, well, I want to find out what the secret sauce is. Okay, y'all, I'm going to tell you. You gotta do the work.
Gotta show up.
You gotta show up. You gotta do the work to make it happen. So whatever that desired resolution is that you're working on, make sure that you're taking the necessary action and actually doing stuff, and then being grateful about the things that you've done. Make it a point to write down things that you're grateful for. If you did 10 minutes and you did 8 minutes yesterday, you're grateful for the extra 2 because you can see the transition. I think that's really important when it comes to stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something different. So you can
I think celebrating our successes. I think we talked about it earlier, where you're grabbing 80 of 90 clients and you're more mad that you didn't get 10 clients versus the fact that you gained 80.
80, exactly.
So it's that it goes back to that mindset that you teach.
Exactly.
So, awesome. Well, we appreciate your time and energy. We do have a couple last minute questions that we always like asking our guests. So you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Pool or beach?
You said bowl or beach?
Pool. Sorry. Are you a pool person or a beach
pool
person?
or beach? Okay, gotcha. I'm going to say beach.
Okay. Tattoos or piercings?
If I had to choose between the two, it'd probably be a tattoo.
Okay. How do you like your guy? Bearded or shaved?
I would have to say my husband is shaved, so I will say shaved.
Okay. Good call. Look at that. Even a great wife, right? She knows the right answers. Summer or fall?
Fall. for sure.
So here's the real test, and this will
Okay.
determine whether or not we're even going to broadcast this, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Okay. Are you an Android or an Apple product person?
Okay. I'm kind of both.
Can't be
I know,
both.
I know you're gonna say I can't say that, but I do. Like right now, I am using a MacBook computer. Okay. I
What's your
haven't,
phone? That's what
but
the
my
key is.
phone is an Android. Yes.
We win. You're accepted in the family. We appreciate you, and this will be live and posted. Okay. We appreciate our sponsors, Community Pay It Forward, as well as Permanently Artist or Inked Artistry, and of course our amazing confidence coach, Inga Faison-Cavitt. Any tidbits or any last advice that you could leave us with, Inga?
I would just say feel the fear and do it anyway.
Feel
Whatever
the
that
fear
is.
and do it anyway. Love it.
Yes.
We appreciate your energy. We appreciate you. And we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.